Whew, what a week. For me, it started with attacks against South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley has been consistent with calling out racial defamatory undertones that the media and her peers have used to describe her team. For years, she's been attacked. She's been called a race baiter, accused of virtue signaling, of lying, and even demanded to apologize. Racist, middle-aged white men are fixated with her. They want to humble her. Apparently, she's one of those uppity Negroes that doesn't know her place. The way that this woman is aggressively confronted, I'm convinced that it's misogynoir. If she sat quietly and turned a blind eye to racial bias and favoritism occurring in her sport, then said people would have nothing to say. Instead, she fearlessly exposes and calls perpetrators out. Before I get into the Nashville and Memphis representatives that were expelled from Congress, I want to touch on the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark incident. That situation exposed the division and perspectives that America houses. It split us like the earthquake in Prince William Sound, Alaska. Most people weren't outraged about the hand gesture. They were offended that the gesture was being performed by a big, bad black girl against an innocent, delicate white girl. Many Americans still give life to the super predator theory. It's a racist trope that won't die. Dog whistle racism was ushered in by former President Ronald Reagan. You know, a jab just subtle enough to be vehemently denied. One can make the argument that Reagan paved the way for Trump. They both are staunch racists. One is a bit more refined with his presentation. Our nation is repeatedly given a litmus test for progress with race relations. But there is a stubborn faction that just won't get it. It doesn't matter how much they review the material, how much they're taught the material. It doesn't matter. This group is given a cheat sheet and they still flunk the test. Now, moving on to the Tennessee 2. As a YouTube content creator, Professor Black Truth stated in a recent broadcast, the expulsion of Representatives Justin Pearson and Justin Jones occurred just 2 days after the anniversary of Dr. King's assassination, which occurred in Memphis, Tennessee. He also reminded viewers of Tennessee's racist heritage. The Ku Klux Klan, after all, was founded in Tennessee. If I may be informal for a bit, Justin Pearson's aesthetic is undeniably black. He's got chocolate brown skin and a perfectly picked out afro. He's giving serious Black Panther vibes. He and Justin Jones speak with the same passion, courage, and cadence as famous Black martyrs before them. I'm talking about legends like Dr. King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Fred Shuttlesworth, Fred Hampton, and Stokely Carmichael. His constituents, particularly the white ones of a certain age, were probably shook listening to him. They haven't been challenged like that since the 60s and 70s. I bet they thought that the Black revolutionary spirit had died. But what do you know? The Black Messiah lived to die another day. I hope we can all take time to recognize the moment and wrap our arms around these men. They represent a form of activism that is highly revered, but also extremely dangerous. History shows that men of their ilk do not live long lives.